Hey everybody, and welcome to another fun-filled weekly video or book blog. Sorry about the way I look. I am having a really bad hair day, and I left my makeup in the car, and the car is not here. So, anyways, this week I wanted to talk about my top 10 favorite authors. Now, I have a lot of favorite authors, but these are like the ones that are up top. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and announce them. They're in no particular order. Number one is James Patterson. He has been my favorite author since I started reading the Alex Cross series. That is like one of my all-time favorite series. It's really intense, really amazingly written, and you definitely get your money's worth with that series. I also really enjoyed the Women's Murder Club series by him. I know like he gets a lot of critics that don't like the way he does his writing these days, but I don't care. He's still an amazing writer, and I will continue reading all of his books. Number two, Janet Evanovich. I have dabbed into other books by her, but the main thing I've read so far is the Stephanie Plum series, and it is by far a really amazing series. It's typical klutz girl does bounty hunting. And the first book was made into a movie. It's called One for the Money. It was really good, and I really enjoyed it. I usually cannot stand book to movie things at all because they find some way to screw it up, but it was really good. The third one is a two-part one because the only ones I've read by them so far are one series. It's PC and Kristin Cast. And I really love their House of Night series. In the January book haul, I showed that I got a series by PC Cast, and I'm looking forward to reading it. But because of the House of Night series, they've become one of my favorite authors, and I look forward to reading all the rest of their work. Number four is Richelle Mead. I discovered her through her Vampire Academy series, but I have since read other books by her, and they are just as good as the Vampire Academy series, if not better. I read Succubus Blues last year, and I plan on reading it again. It was really good. I love how she has a sarcastic character in the books I've read from her so far, and I hope that pattern kind of continues because I really love sarcastic characters. Number five is Meg Cabot. I found her through Princess Diaries series, but I've read many of her works. My favorite of hers would be the Heather Wells series. The titles are even catchy. It's like size 12 is not fat, size 14 is not fat either. It's about this girl who is a size 12, and everybody considers that fat, even though she is average sized. And she solves mysteries, and it's really funny, really witty, and really cute. And number six is Melanie James. I've talked quite a bit about her lately. She does the Literal Lee series, and she does a book called Conjuring Darkness. Her very first book, A Valentine's Surprise, is also really good. All of her books are good. She's an amazing writer. She's witty, she's funny, and all of her books just grab your attention from the first page, and I fully recommend her. Next is number seven, Robin Alexander. This author I know personally. I met her about 2 years ago. I know Melanie James personally too, but Robin Alexander and I, who her pen name is R.M. Alexander, we've grown really close over the years. I am actually her personal assistant. Not many people know that because I really should stop slacking and do some work for her. But I love that she is all about clean romance and clean anything. She doesn't get overly sexual in her books. She doesn't cuss a lot. Her books are just beautiful, suspense-filled, and emotional, and it puts emphasis on where in the story it needs to be put on. And I really love her work. and I fully recommend her, not just because I'm her PA, but because she is a really talented writer. Number 8 is Giles Christensen, and I am also friends with this author. He is the reason that I got in the whole book review world to begin with, and he is the reason that I met Robin Alexander in the end. He's really good. He's wrote a trilogy for Captain Shelby, which is a really interesting book trilogy. He's also written 2 other books that I've found interesting, and one of these days I'm going to have to do a little book tutorial on all of these people because they are really amazing and I think they deserve more exposure and more readers. Number 9 is a tie between Phillip Pullman and J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is for the obvious Harry Potter series. I didn't actually read that until after high school because in high school I was not allowed to read anything witchcraft related, magical related, anything like that. Phillip Pullman I also read after high school. He did a trilogy called His Darkest Materials. That was the first one of that was converted into a movie, but I did not care for the movie at all. It was not realistic. It was nowhere near the book. I feel like that they were trying to direct it as a child audience, and it's not a child. The trilogy is not appropriate for children at all. But I really love the trilogy. It's one of my favorite trilogies of all times, and the Harry Potter series is obviously one of my favorite trilogies of all times. And the last but not least author is number 10, Angela Ford. She is also kind of clean romance. A lot of, most of her books are clean. They're very suspenseful, very beautifully written. I'm pretty sure she does have some erotic type books, but most of them are just very clean, very beautifully written, like I said. My favorite book by her is called Closure, and the best way I can describe that is it's basically Criminal Minds written into book format. Which, by the way, anybody out there who writes, please feel free to write a Criminal Minds type series. I will totally pick it up and read it. I love that show. Anyways, that is my top 10 favorite authors, and I hope you enjoyed them. And I will see you next week. Bye!